Some Prosperity Party leaders have been killed and injured in an attack by the Oromo Liberation Army. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for watching. Three main stories. Firstly, an attack by the Oromo Liberation Army close to Addis Ababa. It's not far away from Addis Ababa. It was conducted in Oromia, and deaths of some PP officials and a police officer are being confirmed by several sources. Secondly, in the Amhara region, second story is from the Amhara region, where Zemene Kassie's spiritual guide has been arrested. Before these two stories, I have an update for you from the Middle East about Iran-Israel war. We know that last night US destroyed Iranian nuclear sites. Read a video on that this morning. Although Natanz, Asfahan, 3 Iranian nuclear sites were destroyed by the US planes flew all the way from US with deadly bombs which can penetrate ground. And these bombs were dropped on the 3 nuclear sites. And after that, Trump addressed the nation saying that the Iranian nuclear ambitions had been obliterated. Iran is now vowing to retaliate. Firstly, Iranian foreign minister is due to visit Russia. Iran now wants to hold talks with Russia, and it is demanding an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council. What will happen at the UN Security Council? Nothing, I think. What does Iran want from Russia? That remains to be seen. Iran is going to close Strait of Hormuz. Iranian parliament just a few minutes ago approved the closure of Strait of Hormuz, leaving it to the security forces to close this sea passage. 30% of world oil exports pass through the Strait of Hormuz from the Persian Gulf towards the Arabian Sea. And 1/3 of LNG exports from the Persian Gulf also pass the Strait of Hormuz. It's a very narrow passage, 30, 40 kilometer wide passage, I think, if I'm not wrong. Iran is sitting at one side of the Strait of Hormuz. On the other side, there is UAE, there are other countries. Iran definitely in a position to close the Strait of Hormuz. Will Iran close this important sea passage or not? If it does, what will be the impact of this decision? The decision will definitely have an impact on oil prices. Oil prices will soar across the world. LNG prices will also rise. But which countries will be hurt the most? Those who are part of the plan, the action to destroy Iranian nuclear program, they won't be hurt. Americans won't be directly hurt. They'll be hurt in terms of increase in fuel prices, but they'll continue receiving, getting oil from the Middle East through Suez Canal. Europeans will be less hurt. India will be hurt. Pakistan will be hurt because right across, right close to Strait of Hormuz, not very close, but obviously the closest to Strait of Hormuz for India, Pakistan, South Asian countries, then Southeast Asian countries, China. So these countries will suffer. Secondly, Qatar, Bahrain, they won't be having any outlet to export their oil. The exports will take a hit too. Saudi Arabia can use Suez Canal. Egypt won't be affected. So this decision, if it is implemented, will have an impact on Persian Gulf countries' oil exports. Oil prices will rise. US and Westerners won't be directly affected. China will be affected too. So this decision could backfire. Iran could lose allies. Middle Eastern countries could rise against Iran. Iran will have to be very careful. Will it close the Strait of Hormuz? For how long? That remains to be seen. Overall, Iran has suffered a serious setback that it could not stop attack on its nuclear sites. It has three options now: either to hit back at the U.S., at U.S. interests in the Middle East, U.S. military bases, U.S. Warships, etc. Second option is to just hit Israel. Iran can hit just Israel, whatever it has in terms of missiles, fire at Israel. Third option, just fire a few missiles and then reach a deal with the US. Let's see what happens. Back to Ethiopia, viewers. Second news story from Ethiopia, where some Prosperity Party leaders and police officers have been killed in an attack allegedly by the Oromo Liberation Army. It happened in Bishoftu last night, Friday night. Bishoftu is not far away from Addis Ababa. The closest city to Addis Ababa, perhaps, is Bishoftu, closest big major city. Firstly, a police officer was killed. Tadase Atinafu. You can see his picture on the thumbnail. He is police chief of Bishani subcity in Bishoftu. Secondly, Faisa was killed. He is a Prosperity Party local level leader. Another PP official was also killed. Grenades were thrown, actually. Oromo Liberation Army fighters allegedly threw hand grenades at a venue in Bishoftu, where these PP officials, police officials were there, and they were transported to, the injured ones were transported to a hospital there. Two could not survive, death confirmed. Ola is now carrying out these hit and run attacks. Hit and run attacks ensure that the armed groups don't suffer any losses. Fano adopting the same strategy, carrying out the assassination attacks, hit and run attacks on Amhara government officials, PP officials in the Amhara region. Lastly, your Zemene Kassie, spiritual leader, has been arrested. Why was he arrested? Arrested just because he is Zemene Kassie's spiritual mentor, or because he has links with Zemene Kassie? It's not clear what is the reason, but the man has been Zemene Kassie's spiritual mentor has been arrested, not killed. Arrested, not killed. He was arrested in Miravi. Miravi is in Gujum. He's a religious scholar, Orthodox scholar. He is working as head of Nada Mariam Monastery in Miravi. Zemene Kassie's hometown is Miravi too. People say that he was arrested by the Ethiopian National Defense Force. END officers stormed the monastery where this man was, and he was taken into custody. What is his crime? Was he in contact with Zemene Kassie? Does government want to trace out Zemene Kassie? That is why this man has been arrested. Not clear. I have placed a picture of this man on thumbnail. You can see he is Zemene Kassie's spiritual guide in custody now in Gujarat. Thank you for watching.